The village of Maidenpool unfolds under the sun, a tapestry of rural life. Amidst the spirited game, Raju stands solitary, his gaze drawn to the distant joy. His eyes reflect a silent longing, a world of unspoken dreams. The game continues, a stark contrast to Raju's pensive isolation. The village play area buzzes with youthful energy as children dive into a lively game of gilli danda. Dust motes dance in the sunlight, swirling around the children as they swing their makeshift bats. A boy strides forward, his expression hardening as he confronts the players. His voice cuts through the joyful shouts. "Hey, don't play here. If you play here again, I will break your legs." The other children pause, their laughter abruptly silenced by the sudden threat. Tension hangs heavy in the air, replacing the carefree atmosphere with a palpable sense of unease. Children frolic in a village play area, their laughter echoing through the air. Raju stands alone, his small figure etched with dejection. A chorus of voices rises against Raju. "That's why I don't like you at all." The children's cruel words cut deeper. "Your father is right. You can't play this game. It's a dangerous game." Raju's eyes fill with tears. Desolate, Raju turns and walks away. Sharda stands outside Raju's house, a silent plea in her stance. Her voice echoes in the empty air. "Raju, I made your favorite potato curry." She continues, her voice laced with longing. "Come home and eat." The house remains silent, unresponsive to her calls. Sharda's hope begins to wane, replaced by a palpable sense of despair. She remains still, a solitary figure against the backdrop of Raju's house. Raju bursts into the house, fury blazing across his face. He throws his backpack onto the floor, the sound echoing his rage. His mother stands calmly in the kitchen, a stark contrast to his explosive anger. Raju unleashes his fury. "What is this, Mom? All my friends are going away from me because of him. I don't even like to see his face. I hate him." Ignat arrives home, the silence of the night enveloping him. He pulls out a single rupee coin, a glimmer of hope in the dim light. He approaches a ceramic elephant, a silent guardian of dreams. The coin drops into the slot, a small offering to a future unknown. The clink echoes in the stillness, a faint promise in the night. In a dimly lit room, Sharda and Ignat sit face to face, their expressions serious under the lone flickering bulb. Sharda's voice cuts through the silence. "How much money have you saved till now? Should it be 100 rupees at least?" Ignat responds, his tone measured. "Not 100. It would be up to 200. The weight of their shared hopes hangs heavy in the air, amplified by the sparse setting. The single bulb flickers, casting long shadows that dance with the quiet tension of their conversation. In the dim light of Raju's modest home, shadows stretch long, heavy with unspoken tension. Ignat's eyes burn with fierce determination as he breaks the heavy silence. "I am not making this money for me," Ignat declares, his voice firm. "This is for our son," he continues, his resolve deepening. "He should study well," Ignat emphasizes, "picturing a brighter future, and become a doctor," Ignat concludes, his voice filled with hope and purpose. In the dimly lit room, shadows dance as Sharda and Raju face each other, worry hanging heavy in the air. Sharda's voice cuts through the silence. "Because of your face, our son hates you." The weight of her words fills the room, each syllable a heavy burden. Her voice trembles with desperation. "Because of that, he is going away from you day by day." Sharda's plea hangs in the air. "You should do something." Inside Raju's house, the warm light stretches shadows across the room as Ignat dismisses the worries. Ignat tries to reassure, his words echoing in the dimly lit space. "He's a small child. What does he know now?" His assurance continues, painting a picture of future care. "Tomorrow when we grow up, then he will put us in flowers and look after us." The room, bathed in a gentle glow, seems to hold its breath as Ignat's words hang in the air. The shadows deepen, yet Ignat's hopeful vision offers a glimmer of light. Bathed in the soft glow of morning, Sharda appears in the doorway, a beacon of maternal warmth. She extends a tiffin box towards Raju, a silent offering of care. With gentle insistence, Sharda reminds, "This is your tiffin. Take it and go." Her voice softens, laced with a mother's concern. "And don't forget, don't go alone. Dad will drop you to school." Raju accepts the tiffin, his mother's words echoing in the morning air. The promise of safety and guidance hangs in the air as Raju prepares for his day. Raju, filled with youthful defiance, declares, "Oh no, Mom. Then I have to leave before Dad comes. I'll go with my mates, not with him." Driven by a desperate need to evade Ignat, Raju sprints down the road to school. He glances back, a flicker of fear in his eyes as he tries to outpace his pursuer. His every step is a testament to his determination to avoid an unwanted encounter. Sharda walks along the familiar road to school, lost in her thoughts. A splash of color catches her eye. Raju's tiffin lies forgotten on the ground. She stops, a mix of exasperation and affection in her gaze. She bends down, picking up the forgotten lunchbox, a sigh escaping her lips. "Oh ho," I reminded him for so many times, he still forgot the tiffin and left. Under the crisp morning light, Sharda offers a tiffin box, a simple gesture amidst the lively school-bound bustle. The morning sun casts long shadows as the road teems with children and parents, each step echoing the rhythm of a typical weekday. Sharda's voice cuts through the morning noise, a mother's reminder. "Here is your son, Stephen. He forgot and went. You go and give it to him." Ignat accepts the tiffin box, his gaze following Stephen as he disappears into the crowd. The school road is filled with the echoes of laughter and hurried footsteps, a symphony of youthful energy. On the road to school, Ignat stands alone, his small figure a stark silhouette against the looming school building. Anxiety grips Ignat's small frame as he stares at the school. Ignat whispers, his voice barely audible above the morning breeze, "He hates me when I go to school. Why shouldn't you go and give?" Ignat's eyes reflect a deep-seated fear as he considers the looming school building. Ignat remains frozen, caught between his fear and the inescapable reality of the school day ahead. Under the radiant embrace of the morning sun, Sharda stands resolute, her determination mirroring the day's nascent promise. Her voice rings out with conviction. "I will go to my work," she continues. "I have a lot of work to do at home," her words echoing with responsibility. With a blend of courtesy and resolve, she adds, "It was on the way. Please take it." The schoolyard buzzes with youthful energy as Ignat arrives, his face etched with concern. He approaches, his voice carrying a hint of urgency. "Hey, can you call my son for a while? Today he forgot the carriage and came to school." Ignat's voice echoes slightly, cutting through the cheerful din. His words paint a picture of a forgotten carriage, a symbol of childhood innocence momentarily astray. The school pulsates with life, oblivious to the minor domestic drama unfolding. A father's plea hangs in the air. Raju explodes from the school gates, rage contorting his face. His eyes dart wildly, betraying a deep-seated fear. He spits out the words. "How many times have I told you not to come near my school? If they know that I'm your son, they'll hit me too." His voice cracks with a mix of shame and desperation. He continues with rising anger. "Never come near my school again." His final words cut like a knife. "I'll be hungry, but I won't eat if you bring anything." Outside Raju's school, Ignat's face is a canvas of heartbreak, his eyes reflecting a storm of emotions. His voice cracking with suppressed emotion, Ignat whispers, "Okay, son, take it." A promise hangs heavy in the air as he vows, "This time I will never come here again." The weight of finality underscores his next words. "I promise you." The school looms behind him, a stark reminder of what he must leave behind. His figure is silhouetted against the bright daylight, a lone figure battling his inner demons. Amidst the schoolyard, Raju seizes the tiffin, his action sharp and swift. Raju turns sharply, heading back into the school building. Ignat watches Raju's hasty retreat, his expression laced with sadness. Ignat sighs, his shoulders slumping with a sense of helplessness. Ignat mutters under his breath, "Well, I can't do anything." The school stands silent, a backdrop to Ignat's quiet despair. Years drift by, and under the vast sky, Ignat stands at the village entrance. The sun's descent casts long shadows behind Ignat, painting a portrait of time's passage. A villager approaches, his footsteps breaking the silence. He asks, "Hey Ignat, I heard that your son is studying in town. What is he studying?" Ignat turns, his gaze meeting the villagers, a flicker of pride in his eyes. The air thickens with anticipation as Ignat prepares to share the news of his son's endeavors. Ignat sits, a storm brewing behind his furrowed brow as he begins to recount the details of the conversation. He hesitates, then reveals, "He asked me where he was staying. He wanted to know." The weight of the unspoken hangs heavy as Ignat pauses, the question lingering in the air. Ignat's gaze lifts, meeting Sharda's with a silent plea for understanding. He presses on, his voice laced with uncertainty. "Did you join him in the hostel?" The question hangs in the balance, heavy with implication and unspoken fears. Inside Ignat's home, concern etches across his face as he begins to explain the situation. He gestures emphatically, highlighting the details of the arrangement. Ignat clarifies, "No, 4 of his friends are staying together. He was not comfortable with hostel, so he is staying in a separate house on rent." His expression underscores the unusual living conditions, emphasizing the delicate balance of privacy and companionship. Inside Ignat's sun-drenched house, Sharda's worry etches deeper lines onto her face. Sharda begins to pace, her anxiety filling every corner of the room. "If he stays in the hostel, you can save money." Sharda begins, her voice laced with concern. She continues, her words carefully chosen. "If it is separate, it will cost more." Sharda concludes, her voice barely above a whisper. "All your earnings seems to be enough for him." Inside Ignat's house, the air crackles with unspoken anxieties. Ignat's face, a canvas of worry, reflects the weight of their shared burden. With tender concern, Ignat gently places his hand on her shoulder, a silent offering of comfort. Ignat asks, his voice heavy with the weight of decisions, "What do I do, sir? It's enough if he is good. Whatever we do, it was all about his future." Inside Ignat's house, tension fills the sunlit room as Ignat and Sharda sit in silence. Sunlight filters through the window, highlighting the dust motes dancing in the air as the silence stretches. Ignat breaks the silence, stating, "Somjan said that we are coming in 2 days." Sharda remains still, her expression unreadable as she absorbs Ignat's words. Ignat and Sharda arrive in a new town, their expressions hinting at a mix of anticipation and uncertainty. The bustling town greets them, a canvas of unfamiliar faces and unknown opportunities. They meet Somjan, his presence promising both guidance and challenge. Ignat and Sharda begin their work, their initial steps tentative yet hopeful. They continue laboring, their determination solidifying as they adapt to their new life. In the softly lit room, shadows dance gently as Sharda's worry deepens. Her voice trembles with concern. Sharda whispers, "We are nicely cooking and eating well here, but our son is doing all this by himself." Sharda's anxiety peaks as she questions whether he is eating on time or not. The room's warm glow does little to soothe Sharda's growing unease about her son's well-being. Sharda's silent worry fills the room, casting a pall over the otherwise cozy setting. In the soft glow of the lamp, Ignat and Sharda find themselves in a moment of quiet intimacy. Ignat's face etched with worry, he leans in, his voice a hushed plea. "Would it be better if we keep him with us?" Ignat asks, his voice laced with anxiety. Ignat continues, his voice softening with concern. "Moreover, the cost is higher if he stays with his friends and a hostel." The weight of the decision hangs heavy in the air as Ignat awaits Sharda's response. Ignat strides purposefully toward Raju's modest house, a stark contrast to the bustling town surrounding it. He halts at the gate, his gaze sweeping over the humble dwelling as he takes in the modest scene. He seeks assurance, his voice cutting through the air. "Hey, does Raju live here?" Ignat's eyes search for confirmation as he inquires. "And there are 4 guys studying in engineering college?" His question hangs in the air. Is this the house they were staying? Raju's nondescript house stands, mirroring the others around it in quiet anonymity. A roommate cautiously opens the door, peering out with a curious gaze. He states plainly, "There is no one called Raju here, but this is the house where 4 boys, who was studying here, and you stay here." He extends an offer. "I will go and call him." Raju's room is a study in austerity, where sunlight struggles to penetrate through the dusty window, revealing a world consumed by books and shadows. Raju sits hunched, lost in thought amidst a fortress of books, each one a silent sentinel guarding secrets and knowledge. The door creaks open, disrupting the quiet concentration as Raju's roommate steps into the room, bringing news from the outside world. His roommate breaks the silence with a stark announcement. "Raju, his father has come." Raju lifts his head, his eyes widening slightly as his roommate speaks. The weight of the unspoken hangs heavy between them, the impending arrival of Raju's father casting a long shadow over the room. Raju stands defiantly before his home, his face a canvas of anger and worry. His voice rises, tinged with frustration. "Why do you come here?" he demands. "How did you know that I am here?" Raju's voice hardens with resolve. "You know that I don't like you coming like this," he accuses with paternal disappointment. "You keep following me even if I don't want to. That's not right, my son." The weight of his words hangs heavy in the air between them. Ignat stands outside Raju's house, his hands moving as he begins to explain. "I got a job near this," Ignat says, gesturing to the area around Raju's house. Ignat continues. "It's been 2 days since I come." Ignat shares. "Your mother and I were now staying here." Ignat finishes with an invitation. "The accommodation given was big enough. You can stay with us." Bathed in the harsh daylight of the town, Raju stands resolute before his house, a figure of unwavering resolve. His voice rings out, a promise tinged with regret. "I can't come now, but I will come on Sunday." He softens his tone, urging understanding. "You can go now, you understand." The weight of unspoken words hangs in the air as the shadows lengthen, marking the passage of time and the depth of his commitment. In Raju's room, a circle of friends surrounds him, their eyes filled with anticipation. Friend 1 leans forward, breaking the silence with a question. "Hey Raj, who came to see you?" The air thickens with unspoken questions, as all eyes remain fixed on Raju, awaiting his response. Friend 2's curiosity bubbles to the surface as he asks, "Was your father?" Raju pauses, the weight of their collective anticipation hanging in the balance. The room holds its breath, waiting for Raju to reveal the answer to their burning questions. Raju lies still, his eyes restless, with a storm of emotions. A single bead of sweat betrays his carefully constructed calm. He speaks, attempting to mask his unease. "No, he is a workman in my house." Raju tries to explain. "My father wanted to send me some message, so he came to talk." His voice wavers as he concludes. "I had expected it will be a workman only." Light floods Raju's room, painting a stark contrast against the shadows of unspoken fears. A friend recoils, his face contorted in disgust as he reflects on Raju's appearance. He and his one eye, he was too scary to look at. The harsh judgment echoes in the room, amplifying the sense of unease and prejudice. The room seems to hold its breath, the weight of the friend's words hanging heavy in the air. The friend's words linger, casting a long shadow over Raju's memory. Sunlight streams into Raju's cluttered room, illuminating the swirling dust and highlighting the tension in the air. The friend confronts Raju, his voice laced with disbelief. "What, Raj? I heard that watchmen come and said that your father has come." He continues with mounting frustration. "Now you are telling him as your workman? Why are you lying?" Raju remains silent, the weight of the accusation hanging heavy in the dust-filled room. The sunlight catches the dust motes, each one a silent witness to the unfolding confrontation. In a cramped, chaotic room, Raju stands defeated, his shoulders heavy with despair, his eyes fixed on the unforgiving floor. His hands twist nervously, revealing a deep unease. His voice barely a whisper. Raju struggles to articulate his torment. "My father was too scary with his single eye, and he is a terrible man, so I said like that." His words hang in the air, unanswered, lost in the room's stifling silence. Sunlight barely penetrates Raju's cluttered room, casting long shadows across neglected corners. The air hangs heavy with unspoken accusations as Friend's face contorts in disapproval. Friend's voice rises, echoing in the confined space. "Are not you ashamed?" He challenges Raju's conscience, questioning, "He was working hard for your studies." Friend's disappointment intensifies as he accuses, "And you are not ashamed to call your father like that?" The weight of Friend's words hangs in the air, filling the room with palpable tension. Raju arrives at Ignat and Sharda's house, his face a mask of fury. He stops abruptly, the air thick with his rage. His voice booms, shattering the calm of the day. "You don't listen to me!" Raju's anger explodes. "See, now I have lost my reputation among my friends. Don't ever come to me again," Raju declares, severing ties with a final, bitter curse. Sharda stands before the house, her face etched with frustration and deep concern. Her voice rises, filled with maternal anxiety. "Raju, what is wrong with you?" Her tone sharpens as she questions. "Why are you behaving like this with your father?" She continues, her voice laced with worry. "He's worried every day that whether you get to eat or not." Her voice rises in exasperation. "That's why I sent him to get you here. And this is what you do?" At Ignat and Sharda's house, Raju stands resolute, his face a mask of determination. His voice cuts through the air with finality as Raju declares, "I have come now, as you have seen me." Raju continues, his words carrying a chilling weight. "I am leaving," Raju concludes with a grim warning. "Never send dead away." Raju, consumed by rage, storms away from Ignat and Sharda's house. Sharda watches Raju leave, her face etched with sadness and heartbreak. In a moment of strained honesty, Sharda calls out to Raju, "We called you to stay here with us," she continues, explaining their motives with a mix of hope and desperation. "We believe that if you stay there alone, it'll cost us more. If you stay here with us, we can manage all the expenses. That's why we called you here." The city awakens, a symphony of motion and ambition. The relentless pulse of Mumbai beats strong. A sign proclaims, "Mumbai, a beacon to dreamers." Hope fills the air as a new generation seek their destiny. A sea of faces, each with a story waiting to unfold. The city's heartbeat echoes with promise and possibility. In Ignat's humble abode, time etches worry onto the faces of Ignat and Sharda, their silence heavy with unspoken fears. Sharda's voice cracks with concern. "It's been 5 years since our boy's job. He's not writing a letter and not even coming here. How is he?" Ignat's brow furrows deeper, anxiety twisting his features as he responds with a question born of parental worry. His voice laced with heartache, Ignat asks, "What is he eating?" "I am very much concerned about his health." The weight of their son's absence settles heavily in the room, a palpable ache in their hearts. Amidst the sun-drenched village, Ignat rushes along the path, a sense of urgency etched on his face. He nearly collides with Suresh, a familiar face in the village. Ignat stops abruptly, catching his breath, a question forming on his lips. "Sir, are you father of Raju?" Ignat asks, his voice tinged with anticipation. Suresh turns, his expression thoughtful as he processes Ignat's question. The dusty path lies still, awaiting Suresh's answer. In the heart of the village, Suresh stands, his voice poised to shatter the silence. Villagers gather, their faces masks of curiosity and anticipation. As the sun blazes overhead, The air grows heavy with unspoken tension as Suresh prepares to reveal Raju's hidden life. Suresh declares, "It has been 3 years since he came from Bombay." He continues, "He got married there. There is also a 3-year-old baby now." Suresh concludes, "He lives in this town. Don't you know this?" Under the scorching sun, Ignat advances toward Raju's humble abode, his shadow a grotesque caricature stretching before him. A little girl's innocent game is shattered as her gaze lands upon the approaching figure, her eyes widening in pure, unfiltered terror. Her voice, a piercing cry of fear, shatters the silence. "Monster! Go away!" Ignat halts, the child's scream freezing him in place as if struck by an invisible blow. The sunlight seems to intensify, highlighting the stark contrast between the innocent child and the looming, ominous presence of Ignat. The air crackles with unspoken dread, the little girl's cry hanging heavy as the scene descends into a tableau of fear and anticipation.